Next on our program, we have some remarks that are going to be presented by Ron Kazmierczak. Ron has served as the Natural Resources Northeast Region Director since 1999. Ron's responsible for the professional, technical, and administrative activities of the DNR's working divisions in 16 counties in northern Wisconsin. Ron also serves on the DNR department's leadership team. He started his permanent career with the DNR in 1978, working as the wastewater program in the Michigan district. He was promoted to the position of wastewater supervisor in the Lake Michigan district in 1981, and then to the assistant district director of the Southeast region in 1983. Ron Kazmierczak received his Bachelor of Science degree in zoology and his Master of Science degree in environmental engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Ron and Cindy, his wife of 35 years, have two sons, Luke and Andy. The entire family is active in outdoor sports, including hunting, fishing, trapping, bicycling, and camping. To me, he sounds like a company guy. Let's give him a warm welcome, Ron Kazmierczak.
All that sounds wonderful. The bottom line is, if it goes wrong up here, it's my fault. If it goes right, it's not my credit. So that's what really happens. The good news is, as cold as it is, the mosquitoes aren't very bad. So you got to take it the way you get it. Those of you that have been up here before know that occasionally it can get a little thick. So I'm pleased to be here today. And this really is an honor to be able to celebrate the birthday of Peninsula State Park. But before I get started, I'd like to just point out a few folks, introduce a few folks from the department who are here today. Lori Ossendorf is our division administrator for the Division of Land. She's out of Madison. Her counterpart from the Northeast region is Gene Rombeck-Bartels, who's hiding under a coat there trying to stay warm in the back. Dan Schuler is our Parks Bureau Director. There we go. Thanks, Dan. And Arnie Lindauer is the regional counterpart to Dan, and he's hiding up on the side there. So if you can give them all a round of applause, they've done a hell of a job. All of us today are really glad to be able to share this landmark day in the history of Peninsula State Park. And really, we want to call attention to the important role that our 5 state parks up in Door County, and especially Peninsula, play in this area. Lake Michigan and Green Bay have over 240 miles of shoreline, and of that, 32 miles are located within our state parks. Peninsula State Park is our park's busiest and most popular camping destination, and it's the #1 revenue producer for the state park system. Those are pretty important roles that it plays. We feel it's also the state's most complete park and our state's second busiest park. It is truly a 3,800-acre state treasure that has 8 miles of shoreline on Green Bay. Its impact on the local economy up here is pretty astounding as well. Our estimates are that it brings in about $30 million annually to this area. This year, it's celebrating its 100th birthday, and the official Centennial birthday party is today. It's really a time for celebration and for us to rededicate ourselves to the preservation and the ongoing improvements of this park treasure. Today's ceremonies and our program is going to include a number of folks speaking. We're going to have Dave Hackett, who's going to unveil a piece of special Centennial art that he created for the park. There's a postal cancellation stamp that recognizes the park, and those of you that purchase postcards can get your postcard canceled with that. We got music, food, and celebration like you would have for any birthday party, and we want to enjoy it. But most of all, this program today includes all of you. And I want to thank you for your attendance today. Today's celebration is just the start. It's just the kickoff of the 100-year birthday. You heard the American Folklore Theater. They're going to be putting on this presentation that's going to be celebrating the first 100 years all summer long. Edgewood Orchard Art Gallery is exhibiting a number of different artists' depictions of the park at their gallery. The Hardy Gallery in Ephraim has an art exhibit dedicated to the park's first 100 years as well. And there will be, in August, a maritime sculpture in Tennyson Bay by Dan Engelke. And I've been told you've got to see this thing to believe it. I'm sure we've got all the necessary permits and everything, so I'm not going to worry about that. So, Peninsula State Park right now is poised to move into its next 100 years. And we all want to assure that its beauty and the high quality recreational experience that it gives the attendees here continues. We want to continue to serve as a beacon of excellence among all of our state parks. So today, let's pay tribute to the state park and the people who created it for the past 100 years. And we have a number of the members of the Doolittle family here as well today. I'm sure we'll be hearing more from them. Thank you for coming, and I hope you're enjoying your family reunion. Listen to those who are here and their stories and their memories of the park's past century, and help us to kick off the next century of Peninsula State Park so it continues to be a powerful attraction for all the people visiting Wisconsin. I also like to congratulate and offer kudos to our park staff that are here today, the Friends Group, and all the local volunteers that work so hard to make this centennial year, and it really is a centennial year, a success. Finally, I'd like to single out Peninsula State Park's naturalist, Kathleen Harris. Kathleen has been tireless on this whole centennial thing. About a year ago, she came to me and said, "Yeah, about 2 years ago, I've got this really great idea," and she did, and she deserves a lot of credit. And she's been tireless in this effort. Finally, and truthfully finally, I want to recognize Peninsula State Park Superintendent Tom Blackwood, who's guided the development and operation of this park for the past 29 years. He has not been here all 100 years, as some of you have thought. So, with that, I'm going to introduce Tom. I want to thank you all for your attendance and welcome you here today. Thank you.